The first time I saw my grandmother's quilt torn to pieces, I felt like the ground disappeared beneath me. It wasn't just a piece of fabric. It was a collection of memories, every stitch made with love by her own hands. And there it was, hanging on my porch as if someone wanted to humiliate me on purpose. Standing down the sidewalk was our neighborhood's self-appointed rule enforcer, Mrs. Karen, always with a clipboard in hand, eyes sharp, and a tone that could cut glass. She called out, "You can't hang laundry outside." "This isn't laundry," I told her, trying to keep my voice steady. "It's a family heirloom." She just shrugged, the kind of shrug that says, "I don't care, and I want you to know I don't care." The next morning, I found the quilt again, only this time it had been cut into long strips and thrown in my trash can. That was the moment I knew I couldn't just let it slide. I walked right over to her perfect little house, knocked on the door and said, "We need to talk about you destroying my property." She opened the door just enough to smirk and reply, "You mean that old rag? I was doing the neighborhood a favor." That was it. I went to the police and filed a property destruction report. Then called my attorney. 2 days later, my lawyer called back with something even bigger. "Did you know," she said, "that Karen filed an HOA complaint against you 6 months ago?" "That's impossible. I've only lived here 4 months," I replied. "Exactly," my lawyer said. "And the HOA president's signature on it? It's forged." Suddenly, this wasn't just about a quilt. This was fraud. The day of the hearing came quickly. Karen walked into small claims court looking confident, carrying a binder so full it could have doubled as a doorstop. But when my lawyer laid out the proof of the forged signature, confidence started to crumble. The judge ordered her to pay triple damages for the quilt, plus court costs. And before she could even leave, my lawyer served her with another lawsuit, this time for harassment and fraud. Word spread fast in our community. Soon, there was a viral video of her moving boxes out of her garage in the middle of the night, probably trying to hide documents before investigators arrived. A few days later, sheriff's deputies showed up with a search warrant. She had to resign from the HOA board immediately. She didn't just lose money. She lost the control she thought she had over everyone. The new HOA president announced stricter rules to prevent abuse of power, and I could see people turning to look at her when the word fraudulent was mentioned. After the meeting, one neighbor came up to me and said, "You didn't just win for yourself. You made this place safer for all of us." That hit me harder than the court victory. I'd started out fighting for a quilt, but in the end, it was about protecting my home and peace of mind, and maybe even the whole neighborhood. A week later, I hung something new on my porch. Not another quilt, too soon for that, but a big banner that read, "Truth wins." That morning was quiet and sunny, and as I sat there with my coffee, watching Karen drive by without making eye contact, I knew that was the sweetest ending I could have asked for.